Hey everyone, it's Michael. This is not the video I mentioned the other day in my last video or two ago, something like that, about it being the most special video. That'll actually be the very next video that I upload. I'm very excited for it. I hope you guys enjoy, but I'm also excited for this video for you guys to have some other cool things to look at and to talk about. As you can tell, this is a Goosebumps, book unboxing. Or not unboxing, but what I hauled this last week for Goosebumps books. I don't really collect like Goosebumps items and merchandise and stuff. I have like a Slappy the Ventriloquist Dummy. I think it was the step up from the standard version that I've owned for like 10 years, if not longer than that. I love Goosebumps. I love Slappy specifically. But I'm trying to collect Goosebumps books now. I want to collect all of them. I do. I love this series. I've been reading it and reviewing it here on the channel and stuff. I'm just a really big Goosebumps fan. I love doing these kinds of channels just with one theme, and that would be Goosebumps for this one. There's a lot of YouTube channels here on YouTube that are awesome, like Goosebumps Guy, Goosebumps Aussie Fan #1, or #1 Fan, whatever the name is. I can't remember exactly how his name is. But I love these kind of book revealing, unboxing things that they do as well, like when they go into thrift stores and stuff and they talk about what they can find out there. I always love those types of videos, but these are just going to be book hauls, I guess is what I would just say, like they always tend to be listed as on different people's channels. Anyway, let's start with the first two I got this past weekend. It might have been on Thursday of last week, actually, that I got this. They're two newer reissues of old classic 62 Goosebumps books. The 62 series Goosebumps books from the classic era back in the 90s. The first one I've heard very horrible things about. I cannot wait to read it for myself, just because I think I liked the episode. As horrible as it was, I think I liked the episode. I couldn't remember exactly if I had seen the episode or not, but I feel like I've seen tidbits of it. That is Vampire Breath. This cover's okay. I prefer the old cover. The old cover, as stupid as the titles of the book is, the old cover was really cool by Tim Jacobus. Is that his name? Was that his name? This one's okay. It's a cool cover, I guess. It's fine, whatever. The next one I actually really like. I love the old one a lot. I love this one too. Ghost Beach. I've heard this one's terrible too. I've seen the JonTron videos, I've seen the actual episode of Ghost Beach once upon a time, but I didn't hate it. I just thought it was kind of cheesy. Goosebumps TV show is cheesy in general. But Ghost Beach, man, I wonder if this book's any better. I've heard it's kind of boring from certain people, but I'm curious. The other day, I think it was Saturday, yeah, I went out to some new ideas that I had found. For example, I think it was Goosebumps Aussie Fan that recommended this. He's a collector, of course, of all kinds of Goosebumps merchandise. He had said that if you're having a hard time finding books at used bookstores and whatnot, like the older type books, like whether it be like Horrorland from over 10 years ago, or whether it be the old classic 62 series, you know, whatever it be, try antique stores instead of used bookstores. Well, I called like one antique store. I was like, hey, do you have any Goosebumps floating around? The lady said she'd call me back in like 10 minutes. She said she had 4. One of them I already owned. That was Legend of the Lost Legend. I've had a copy since Goosebumps like basically started. Maybe ever since that book came out. But she had 3. These are the old classics. I have number 24, number 46, and number 28. Number 28 is The Cuckoo Clock of Doom, an original classic Goosebumps book. These are all in decent condition. They have a couple of folds and bends on them, but that's about it. These have aged. The pages are a little yellow and darker. This is a cool cover. I've never seen this episode of the show. Is it any good? Let me know down below. How to Kill a Monster. I love this cover. I love the color scheme and everything. Really cool looking. This one has the most damage, I would say, out of all. Well, no, the next one has more damage, I would say. This one has some wrinkles and stuff on it, but it doesn't matter to me if it has some wrinkles. As long as it's readable and there's not notes and annotations all over the inside of the book, I'm fine. I just want to own the books. I don't want them falling apart and stuff. I just want to own the books just so I can read them, because I want to do reviews here on my Goosebumps channel. Anyway, the last one here that I got that day is Goosebumps Phantom of the Auditorium. I love this old cover. I think it's very cool. I don't know if there's a reissue of this. There might be, as a matter of fact. I don't know. I don't think I've seen the cover of the reissue, but I like this old cover. It was always kind of weird and bizarre, even though it's supposed to be like a Phantom of the Opera type knockoff type of thing, possibly taking place in a school, as far as I can tell from the title Auditorium. This one, as you can see, I think somebody sat something either very hot or like a cup or something on top of this book at one point. There's a giant circle around here. You can't see the full thing more than likely, but there is like a circle line here that you can see. It's not part of the book. The back of the book has a couple of little scratches and things, but it's mostly fine. Again, if I can read the inside and it's fine, I'm okay. I have no complaints. I'm not going to fuss about that. Paid $3 a piece for those. That ain't bad, man. That's pretty decent. So now I will be hunting down antique stores to try to find Goosebumps books. on a regular basis, at least once a week probably. There is one that I visited yesterday with my fiance, and they actually took my name and my phone number and took down what I actually was looking for. I'm just looking for Goosebumps books in general. The lady said she's getting ready. I think it's one of the workers. I don't think she was an owner, but she and the owner are going around to different places and stuff, finding different things, specific things people have put on those lists for what they actually want, so they can come back and get things. The lady even offered to go out and try to like go to book sales and stuff here soon that are coming up and see if she can find on the markets locally any kind of Goosebumps books, or even Fear Street for that matter, because I mentioned that I was just a fan of R.L. Stine in general. I want to collect his stuff. I've had a lot of collecting phases, a lot of things like comics and movies and stuff like that. I find myself more infatuated with R.L. Stine's writing style than most authors. I would say, if I had to bet on it, as much as I love Jonathan Mayberry's books, and I still recommend Jonathan Mayberry highly, I think that my new favorite author is R.L. Stine. I think I didn't realize how much of his stuff I actually really enjoy and really love. But I think I'm there. I think I'm finally there where I can say R.L. Stine is my favorite writer of all time now. For adults or for younger folk. Even though I haven't read any of his adult work. But still, I mean, Goosebumps you can read as an adult and enjoy. I have. Anyway, I've got 2 more books. These two just came today. I actually ordered the rest of the series. I already owned 1 book from this series. But I realized that it was its own thing. It was a very short run for Goosebumps. It was like 6 or 7 books. I think it was 6. Pretty sure. It's Hall of Horrors. The first book is Claws. Number 1 in this little series. I thought they were special editions where they would be like 170 pages. I think it's just the 1 book I have from the series called like the 5 Masks of Dr. Scream or whatever. I've never read that. I just have it. I wanted to read it before I started thinking about buying the whole Hall of Horrors series, because there's only like 6 books. Like I said, I could burn through these possibly sometime soon and have the reviews ready to go. Just to upload, because, again, I've never experienced Hall of Horrors. I don't know how different it is compared to something like the regular Goosebumps, the old classic series, or Horrorland, which I have very little experience with, or Series 2000, which is like the darkest of all of them. I don't know, I'm curious what Hall of Horrors will be like. It looks like it's going to be kind of kooky. You have titles like Claws with an exclamation point, then you have like the next book in the series called Night of the Giant Everything, according to the back of the book. But yeah, I did order the rest of the series. Books 2, 3... or 3 is Dr. Scream, so I think the next 2 books coming are books 2, 4, and 5, because I have this first book here, and then book 6 came today too. That is The Birthday Party of No Return, which this is a very kooky looking cover too. I can't wait to see what this is going to be like. But yeah, this whole series has really oddball titles, not the typical Goosebumps type of thing. They're not just flat out creepy titles, like Night of the Living Dummy with that scary picture of Slappy. Like you have things like Why I Quit Zombie School, which I'm very curious to see what that's like. And then Don't Scream. Don't Scream should be interesting. It looks kind of eerie, but also kind of silly at the same time. It's probably going to be one of those things that's advertised more creepy, and then it's really just a sillier type Goosebumps short story type thing. I don't know, but I had a really good haul here. I'm excited to talk more about these things whenever I get around to reading each of them and reviewing them. Hopefully I'll be alive, if God allows it, to be able to do these things, because you don't know if you have tomorrow. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Again, tune in for the next video I post immediately after this video, hopefully on the same day if I have the time to do it. I think I will. Because it's going to be very special. It's a very rare Goosebumps book that I cannot wait to talk about. I was so blessed to be able to find a cheaper copy of this while I did, because God knows what will happen to the books, to this particular book I'm about to review, when you know, when that inevitable day comes when R.L. Stine dies. It's going to be sad. Yeah, I'm going to be heartbroken, but this particular book, I have a feeling, is going to skyrocket in price. I have a very, very, very big feeling about that. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Hopefully I'll get around to doing like once a week. If I get Goosebumps books once a week, or every time I do, I'll try to wait until the end of the week or the beginning of the week, somewhere in there around the weekend, either Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, I don't know, to give you a video based around what I managed to haul up. Of course, as you go along collecting, it's going to be harder unless you just order everything off the internet. I feel like at some point I'm going to have to do that, because where I live in Virginia, it's pretty rough trying to find Goosebumps books. I've called used bookstores, they have nothing. I've called antique stores, they either won't search for me and make me go out there to do it myself, which there are a ton around here, or there's only like one out of the bundle that I've looked at so far that had anything. But, you know, I'll take one store having something over all of them having nothing. That's good. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. May the Lord Jesus Christ bless you guys today, and goodbye.